The restaurant buzzed softly with laughter and the clinking of silverware, but for Emma, the world seemed to hold its breath. She sat alone at the corner table, nervously twisting the silver bracelet around her wrist, the same bracelet she'd worn 10 years ago, the night her heart shattered into 1,000 pieces. Her best friend had convinced her to try this blind date, saying, "You've built your life, Emma. Maybe it's time you let love try again." She didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Love was something she had buried long ago, the day Adrian left without a word. Adrian Blackwell adjusted his cufflinks as he entered the restaurant. To everyone else, he was the kind of man who had everything: power, wealth, and an empire that bore his name. But tonight, for some reason he couldn't explain, he felt something he hadn't felt in years: nervousness. His assistant had set him up on a blind date, saying he needed to loosen up and remember what human connection feels like. He had almost cancelled. Almost. Until he saw the woman sitting by the window. For a moment, time froze. The curve of her face, the way her hair fell just slightly out of place, the soft expression in her eyes, it couldn't be. Emma? His breath caught in his throat. It had been 10 years, but he'd know her anywhere. He stood there for a long second before she finally looked up. When their eyes met, the color drained from her face. "Adrian," she whispered, disbelief trembling in her voice. He forced a smile, trying to find words that didn't sound as broken as he felt. "Emma. I didn't know it would be you." She laughed bitterly, shaking her head. "Of course you didn't. You never do." The tension between them thickened as they sat across from each other, two strangers bound by a painful past. The waiter's voice faded into the background as memories filled the silence: the rain-soaked night he left, the unanswered letters, and the endless questions that haunted her for years. "I thought you were dead," she said softly, her voice cracking. "Or that you just didn't care enough to say goodbye." Adrian looked down, guilt cutting through his heart. "I was young. Scared. My father forced me to take over the company. I thought I was protecting you from my world. I didn't realize I was destroying yours." Emma's eyes glistened. "You didn't protect me, Adrian. You left me to pick up the pieces alone." For the next few minutes, neither spoke. The air was heavy with things left unsaid. But beneath the hurt, there was still something there, the faint spark of what once was. Adrian saw it in her trembling hands. Emma saw it in his eyes that still softened when they met hers. Finally, she sighed. "Why are you here, Adrian? Why now?" He took a deep breath. "Because no amount of money or success has ever filled the space you left behind. I built everything I have, but it means nothing without you." Her heart clenched at his words, but she shook her head. "You can't just walk back.